2 people are dead and a teenage girl is injured after shots are fired in a New Haven neighborhood. Everything we know coming up in a live report.
This is being shoved down our throats, and I feel it should be definitely put to a vote.
This morning, concerns of privacy magnified in a meeting in Cheshire over the use of flock cameras. We'll have both sides of this growing debate straight ahead. It is Wednesday, August 5th. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here with us on Fox 61. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And I'm Stefan Reels. You know, I'm very scared to comment on the weather after the talking to Rachel Piscatelli just gave us. But nice day yesterday, minus the humidity.
Right.
Sounds like it's going to get worse, so I'm not looking forward to that. So, meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli, are we wrong about this one too?
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Well, good morning, Stefan and Bridget. I don't want you to think that you were wrong. I just felt bad that if you were just joining us, that I said no when you said it was a little muggy, because actually it's quite comfortable outside this morning, but you are never wrong. As we head through the afternoon, temperatures will get up into the mid to upper 80s. It's going to be a nice one on tap for us. Another day that is spent with humidity that is in check, at least for now. Temperatures right now are sitting in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, so it's cool and comfortable this morning at 58 in Willimantic, 63 right here in the capital, 60 degrees in Groton, and around 61 in the Elm City, 64 in Bridgeport. Now, looking at our day planner for today, we are expecting a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage this afternoon. Temperatures getting up, as I mentioned, into the low to mid 80s. As we head through the evening tonight, we are expecting humidity to begin to rise, so it's not necessarily window sleeping weather, unfortunately, as those numbers get up to around 70 tonight into tomorrow morning. So tomorrow we're starting off around 70 degrees. It's going to feel quite muggy outside. You'll notice the difference. It's almost that air that feels like an extra layer for you. And then as we head through the afternoon, numbers get up to around 90 degrees. But when you factor in that heat and humidity combination, it's going to feel anywhere from about 90 to about 95 to about 97 degrees in the afternoon. We're also going to flare up the opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms towards the evening as well. So that is something that bears watching. While it won't be widespread, it may impact outdoor plans for a period of time, or at least briefly. Heading through our Friday, temperatures back up to around 90 degrees. That heat humidity combination not going anywhere over the weekend. We'll have more details on this coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning here at about 6:02, we are following what looks like to be our first crash of the morning here. This is going to be over in Hartford. The crash is being reported on the shoulder here at Route 15, the Charter Oak Bridge, near that approaching exit 90 this morning. So it doesn't look like there's any significant delays in the area, but that is on the right shoulder as of now. We also have various road work that has wrapped up here for the morning commute. There was a little bit over in Wallingford on the route near the Wilbur Cross, as well as towards 91 northbound between exit 16 and exit 17. That looks like that's wrapping up too as we speak. We'll have a little bit more with your drive times coming up in the next 15 minutes. Over to you.
Developing right now, 2 men are dead and a 13-year-old girl was sent to the hospital after gunshots rang out in a New Haven neighborhood. It happened last night on Judson Avenue, just around 8:30 p.m.
Just so sad. And Fox 61's Aaron Coogan is live this morning from New Haven Police Headquarters. Aaron, get us the latest.
Yeah, well, New Haven police say while they're still working out the details of exactly what led up to this shooting, they do not believe this was a random act of violence, but it all started with a prearranged meetup between those 2 individuals that were eventually shot and killed. They're not sure if it was an altercation that broke out between the 2 of them or if an outside third party fired those shots. As for that 13-year-old, they say she was an innocent bystander who was caught in the crossfire. Now take a look. We do want to get you to video from last night. As you mentioned, this was Judson Avenue, a residential neighborhood here in New Haven. Police say when they were called to the scene, 2 men approximately in their 30s or 40s were located around a car in the street. One man was found shot in that car, another found just outside that car. Both were declared dead. That 13-year-old, they say she was upstairs in her home, completely uninvolved with the incident. They say she was either grazed by a stray bullet or hit by debris from the gunfire. She was rushed to the hospital but is expected to make a full recovery.
Well, I heard the gunshots, but I thought they were firecrackers. I was upstairs, and then when I came downstairs, I seen all the people down the street. So Then I walked down the street, see one of the young men on the ground, and then I didn't know that there was another one inside the car. And two of the police officers came and pulled them out. I just moved here maybe about 8 months ago, so the street's pretty quiet.
Now, at this time, neither of those men have been identified. That extensive investigation continued into the early morning hours this morning. And of course, they're using surveillance cameras from nearby homes to try and piece together exactly what happened. And you can stay updated here on Fox 61. We're live in New Haven. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
Thanks so much, Aaron. Thanks for keeping on top of this. Moving on now, time now, 6:05. The balance between privacy and public safety is up for debate in Cheshire. Neighbors packed a town council meeting last night to demand answers about flock cameras. Several people tell us they never got a say before the technology was put in place. Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot was there as the tensions boiled over.
They're small cameras with a big controversy. Flock cameras automatically scan license plates and send that information to law enforcement databases. Police say they help solve crimes, but the issue for some people isn't about safety. They say it's trust. The message from neighbors was clear. They want a voice in whether flock cameras belong in their community. At Tuesday night's town council meeting, people filled the room to push back against the technology.
This is being shoved down our throats, and I feel it should be definitely put to a vote, just like you had the poll to a vote. This should have been put to a vote. You had no right to do this to us.
Many who spoke say they are not against keeping Cheshire safe, but they question how much information is being collected and who has control over it.
Regulating large nationally spread companies in one state is not something that I think we can be reliant on to think that it will protect us.
This type of thing needs to be on our side of the fence and not on your side. And at the very least, we should be voting on something like this. So that's all I have to say.
Flock cameras are designed to capture license plate data, which police can use during investigations. But critics say the cameras create a record of people's movements without their consent.
It wasn't approved by the people, we didn't vote on it, and it violates our rights. It's not constitutional.
It's disgusting, and if they think we're going to re-vote people in, they're sadly mistaken, because we're not going to do it. I want to know who passed it, and I want to not vote them back in.
After public comment ended, Council Chair Peter Talbot said he would support holding a public information session with neighbors, council members, and police there to discuss the issue.
The council can be there as listeners as well, but we hear from the police chief and we hear from some of the subject matter experts. That's who we listen to. Again,
you should listen to us too. Yeah, you're not voted in by the police chief. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Wally, you're not voted in by the police chief of Cheshire.
And as I started,
the town currently has several flock cameras located near highway entrances and high traffic areas. Robin Tiso said that last comment from the council chair made her and her husband feel ignored. In Cheshire, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Thank you, Kay. Happening today, we are expected to learn about the state's new minimum wage. That announcement is expected at the Big Y on North Main Street in West Hartford around 10 a.m. Since 2019, the rate has been determined each year by key economic indicators from the prior fiscal year. The new rate will go into effect on January 1st.
And happening today, the State Board of Education will discuss a proposal recommending cell phone bans and screen time limits on school-issue technology in public schools. The non-binding proposal calls for districts to prohibit cell phones for the entire day. Recommendations also limit how much time students spend on school-issue devices. This morning's Board of Education special meeting starts at 9. Polls will open at 10 a.m. today for the third day of early voting ahead of the August 11th primaries coming up fast. Yesterday, the Secretary of the State's office released the totals for the first day of early voting and the number of absentee ballots returned. When it comes to the in-person early votes, just over 7,500 people cast their ballots and more than 8,100 mail-in ballots were received so far. When it comes to the 5 top towns and cities for early voting, West Hartford, Hamden, Manchester, Stamford, and Norwalk have logged the most total overall votes. And remember, in-person early voting runs until Sunday, August 9th. Each city and town has at least one designated polling place where you can vote. All mail-in ballots must be received by 8 p.m. on August 11th in order to be counted. Each city and town has at least one secure drop box location. You can check with your city or town clerk to find out the exact location near you. For more information on what's on your ballot and where to vote, visit our website, fox61.com.
And several swimming areas were closed along the shoreline due to high bacteria levels. This includes those at Silver Sand State Park in Milford and Rocky Neck State Park in Niantic. Closures were based on water testing that was done on Monday. The water was retested yesterday to determine if it will be safe to swim.
6:10 now. A deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz could come as soon as today, according to President Trump. There is a potential that it could be part of a larger agreement to bring an end to the conflict. Iran and the U.S. had reached a deal to reopen the strait back in June, but that ultimately collapsed and attacks resumed.
And coming up, artificial intelligence surveillance pricing is back in the spotlight. How it works and what's being done to curb its impact.
And Paramount's proposed takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery is heading to court. Why the multi-million-dollar deal is now facing a major legal hurdle.